Hey folks, Uncle Jesse. How's my Chelsea family, friends and fans? How was everybody? Anyway, folks, I'm back in Chelsea, and today I'm gonna do, of course, a video on Chelsea. But today I'm gonna concentrate on the projects. Okay, so I'm not gonna do a video on the neighborhood of Chelsea. I'm gonna do a video of the Chelsea house, the Elliott Chelsea houses, which of course are in Chelsea. But I just want to point out some specific areas. Now, behind me here, if you remember, this used to be the headquarters, well, not the headquarters, but the office for the housing police when we had a housing police. And in there you would always find Owens or Officer Johnson. Those are the two that mostly that I remember, and I know you guys remember. And they were always in there. And you know, when you had trouble, when you needed help or something, you would go into this office and you would find either Johnson or Owens or the other officers of the housing inside that office. And it was good, you know, it was good. It was like we had our own sheriff, so to speak. You know, when we needed help, we knew who to go to, and we knew them and they knew us. And those days, of course, are over. But that used to be a place where it was a station house, you know, a small station house in there. They would lock up people in there. They would, if you were acting up, they'll bring you in there. You know, if the kids would get in trouble sometimes. I think I went up there once or twice, but just to scare me. But anyway, that's where the housing police were, and no longer there because, of course, the city integrated all the police departments together. So there is a housing bureau, but it's not like we used to have our own private, you know, like the housing police and stuff like that. So that's one thing that's changed. So that's one thing I wanted to bring you out to some key points of this area. Now over here in 420, I'm not sure. I think they just redid this whole area, this whole entrance, and it looks kind of new. But in front of let me see, behind this door, I think behind this door, I know there used to be all different entrance here in 420. I'm standing in front of 420, and at one point there used to be a room in there that they made it into a candy store. I think it was run by Mr. Johnston. I'm not sure, but I remember coming in here and it being like a room, and they had candy and stuff set out. Nothing fancy, but it was like a candy store. So I'm in front of 420. Okay, so I'm going to go into some key points, you know, some key areas in the projects that I know you guys are going to remember. Okay, so stay with me. Now folks, if you remember behind me, this thing here where they have some dumpsters now, used to be the housing employees parking lot. That's where the housing employees used to park, behind 420. Well, it's no longer there. It's as you can see, it's a place to put garbage. You have some compactors and everything. And behind me is the Haywood building, which used to be, if you can remember, there was a loading dock back here, and there was poles over here on this side of the street to prevent the trucks from coming up on the sidewalk, because PS33 was behind me. Okay, so this is PS33. I'm going to take you in front of PS33. You can see it. So folks, I'm standing in front of PS33 because a lot of you, like myself, went to PS33. I went there starting from 1966. I started there when I was in pre-K, and then I went to kindergarten. I went up to all the way up to the 5th grade. Graduating in 5th grade from Miss Berkerici's class. I still remember Miss Berkerici. And in 4th grade I had Miss Kamiji's. Oh my God, what a nightmare. Miss Kamiji's, yeah. And I remember Miss Rubin, and I remember Mr. Levine, who was the principal, and I remember was it Mr. Kramer or Miss Kramer? There was a Kramer there somewhere. Miss Rubin in English, Mr. Raw, the gym teacher, and a couple other teachers that I don't remember that much. But this is where I spent the first years of my life, in this school, PS33. So I just wanted to show you. They've done the front of it. They've got a ramp now that wasn't there, and I don't know if the school is to PS33 anymore. It looks like it might be, but I don't know the name of it. It might have changed. But behind me is the gym right there. That's the gym. And a lot of memories in the school, a lot of memories. And I know you guys have a lot of memories too as well. Let me just flip this. Of course, you'll see, of course, the co-op is still there, of course. And the Holy Apostles Church, which is still there. And so we got into 2 points in Chelsea. So let me go take you to another place. So folks, I am now in front of, behind me is the health station. You guys remember the health station? There used to be like some dentists that used to be like butchers in there. I remember going in there. I remember getting needles in there. It was, oh my God, it was horrible. It's a flashback. Anyway, folks, this is what they used to call, they fixed it up a bit, but this is what they used to call Bums Park. I don't know if we can call it Bums Park anymore because, you know, it's not politically correct. You know, I don't want to offend them, but that's what we knew it as. We knew it as Bums Park. And I think to this day, some people call it Bums Park. And it was all been fixed up and everything, but there was a lot of homeless people who used to sleep here. I mean, this was literally flooded with homeless people back then, and we didn't know them as homeless. We used to call them bums, and of course that's not the proper way to call them nowadays, you know, but that's what we called them back then, so I'm sorry. So folks, behind me is part of the Chelsea Park, which has been fixed up. Behind here some years ago used to be I remember there used to be those swings for kids. There were like a little basket and the swings. I remember my mother swinging me. And then further down there was the swings for the adults. And I remember the adults used to get on, the teenagers, and they used to swing as high as the fence. And I remember as a kid one time I saw a girl flying off the swing, hit the fence, hit the floor, and was knocked out. The ambulance had to come get her. But anyway, this is the back of the health station. And behind here, like I said, this was the old park. And then of course it's been revamped a couple of times, renovated. And then during I think in the 70s, 80s, there was these timber, like jungle houses, like timber houses, like sort of. And that was up there for a while with sand. And of course the older kids used to go underneath, and they would be smoking there, funny things. Well, now it's legal now. But, beers and stuff. And there was a lot of stuff going on in there. And then finally they set one of those timbers on fire, one of those big tree houses on fire. So they closed everything down and they redid it. So I'm going to show you a bit of the park. And now it's, let me show you. Now it's more for kids. It's all closed off. And that's what it is now. And over here is the back of PS 33. The parking lot, which is already enclosed now with fencing because people have been taking advantage and parking there. So this is the area where the swings used to be years ago, and you can see it's all changed. There used to be some water. I remember my mother bringing me in here with shorts, with swim trunks or something, and there was like a place over here that had like sprinklers. There were sprinklers there, and then in the background there, in the 70s, 80s, there used to be a place back there where it was like covered up, and there was benches underneath. And, all kind of different funny things used to happen in this park back then. And for those who remember, you remember. What can I say? And this is the back of 427, okay? Just to show you. 436, the senior citizen building. And there goes the park house. And there goes the handball court. And behind it, at one time, it was a swimming pool. And the handball court right there. And this used to be the park house, and it's still there, the bathrooms and everything. Can you believe this? And right there is the fields, the fields, and all the way in the corner, on that corner of 28 and 10 used to be these grandstands that were made out of real hard cement. Like if you fell, you forget it. But they're no longer there. That was a hangout at nighttime, and this is all green now and stuff like that. And okay, so yeah, this is the old fields. They're still there. Yep. This is 426. This is where the machinery for the boilers are. Okay. This is all changed. This is the corner of the Hudson Gill here, folks. And now this is the Hudson Gill. This is the Hudson Gill has really served this community for well over 100 years, and it's been redone a couple of times, but this is the latest way it looks. And a lot of windows now, and it says Hudson Gill, John Lovejoy Elliott Center. So this, and they have a place out here for people to sit down, and so this is all, look at this here, look how nice. This is all new. Okay, and there goes the nursery. I think the nursery is either under construction or something, but the Hudson Gill Nursery, a lot of you went there. I never got to go there, but that's and this is the Hudson Gill. Okay, so let me just show you let me zoom in on there, and I'll just take a picture of that. And there goes the background. You never knew how. Look at that background behind the Hudson Gill. And there goes an ice cream truck. It's not the famous Mr. Softy, because back then it was Mr. Softy. I don't know who this guy is. It just says soft ice cream. But this is it now. So folks, over here used to be the basketball court. And there used to be a little park over here with a turtle, and there was like a cement block there. I don't know what the hell it was. But this used to be the old basketball court. And we actually lived right there, that second floor there. We lived on the second floor. My father used to get pissed off because sometimes the kids be out here playing, the teenagers would be playing basketball at 2, 3 in the morning. I mean, real late at night. And my father used to, you know. But this is what the basketball court, they took it out, and this is what the basketball court is now. It's a little playground now, so it's no longer there. So folks, I'm walking down the ramp, and this is the ramp behind 446 where the laundromat used to be. And it's kind of scary now looking. And I'm just gonna show you around. So this is where the laundromat used to be. Okay, and it's all sealed up there. It looks like a safe. And the incinerator room, the compactor room. And there used to be a bathroom here for the porter, for the caretaker, which is no longer exists. So, and this is the door going out to the back, and the staircase going upstairs to 446. So folks, I'm in the basement right now, and this basement looks horrible. I'm in the basement of 264, and behind me, that door used to lead to the clay shop, which was, the clay shop was on your left. And then in the back, to your right, was a photography class. If you guys remember, this was all owned and operated by the Hudson Guild. And behind this door here, that looks like a safe, which, look at this thing. Look at the side of this door. Anyway, behind it was the wood shop. So the Hudson Guild had the wood shop, clay shop, and photography. And across in 443, they had the study den. So these were all activities that they had for the kids back then. And I guess it was a good thing. Let me see if I can get back in here. So I guess it was a good thing back then because we had activities. When we grew up, we had a lot of activities of things going on. We had so folks, like I just showed you, it was nasty down in that basement, it really was. There's human feces down and everything. It's a shame though, because when we grew up, a lot of us, you know, the old generation, we had activities. The community had activities. We had the like I said, the wood shop, the clay shop, photography. We had a study den for kids that have problems with, you know, helping them out with their homework and stuff like that. I remember I went there once. I think I needed help with math. I was horrible with math, and I still am. The only thing I could do is count money, and of course subtract it because I lose it so much. But all jokes aside, we had a lot of things. Mr. Johnston had the cadets. Mr. Santiago had the this karate training thing, you know. There was a lot of people who were involved in the community, and I think that kept kids busy. We had the Hudson Guild, we had the Hudson Guild Farm in the summer times, Camp Madison Felicia, I think it was called, that kids used to go to. There was a lot of activities back then, and unfortunately, I guess the city ran out of money, you know, the budget and all that stuff, and it caused harm on, you know, New York's youths. And because there's nothing to do, and you know, a young mind with nothing to do is kind of dangerous. Because I was young one time, and you know, when you have kids hanging around that have nothing to do, you think of stuff that you shouldn't be doing, right? And I think we all know what I'm talking about, and I know. So it's a shame that the city doesn't fund these places anymore because it gave us something to do. You know, I know kids that were always in the Hudson Guild. I didn't go too much to the Hudson Guild, but I know kids that lived like in the Hudson Guild. They grew up in the Hudson Guild, you know, and the Hudson Guild did a lot for them, you know. And like I said, you know, the clay shop, the wood shop, the photography class, all these things kept the youths busy, especially in the summertime when school was out. There was activities for kids to see. They used to show movies on 28th Street. I remember in the field there. I remember one time with my sister, I saw Born Free. The first time I seen that movie, Born Free, was in 28th Street, Chelsea Park. You know, so they had a lot of activities back then to keep us busy. And it's a shame that, you know, it doesn't happen anymore. So anyway, folks, this was a little video. I didn't want to make it too long. I just wanted to show key points because people have been asking me, oh, whatever happened to this, whatever happened to that. So I just wanted to take you around to show you. So let me just do a recap. We started out where the housing police was, right? We started out there, and then we went across to at 420 where there used to be a candy store, the candy store in the building. And then I took you to PS 33. I took you over to the health station. I took you over to Chelsea Park. I took you over to Chelsea Park Park House. I showed you the back of PS 33. I showed you the field. I showed you Hudson Guild. I show you the old laundry room in the basement of 446, and now I just went into the basement of 264 to show you where the old wood shop, clay shop, and photography class were. Okay, so I think that does it. That does it for today. I know it's a short video, but I just wanted to show these key points because a lot of people, especially people who lived in the projects years ago, have been asking me, have been private messaging me, telling me, whatever happened to the clay shop? Oh, I used to go to Hudson Gill. I used to go to the wood shop. I used to wash my clothes in the laundromat. Whatever happened to the laundromat? It's still there. It's not there. You know, all that good stuff. So it's not there. None of this stuff is here. The housing has taken over the rooms. The basement looks horrible, as you can see. The basement of 264, it looks like a spook house. It's all burnt down. It stinks. There's human feces. Oh my God, it's bad. It's a good thing I had a mask on. So anyway, folks, that's it. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope you guys enjoyed this short video of some key points in Chelsea and the projects. I didn't do Chelsea itself. I did the projects in Chelsea, Elliott houses. And now I'm gonna go visit my parents. As you know, my mother was sick. She had a minor heart attack last week, and she had bypass, and you know. So anyway, but thank you for your praise and all that kind of stuff. Also, my nephew, unfortunately today, I think today or yesterday, had a heart attack, and not doing too good. You know, he's in ICU, and so hopefully he'll get through that. He's young. He's 40. He's 47.
She's right there.
This is she's running for some kind of city council. She's running for city council, and protected. So anyway, folks, vote for her. Vote for her because she's running for New York Council. Okay, she's running for New York Council, and you got to help the community. You got to help the community. So with that said, folks, you know, you got to do what you got to do. So I just want to say thank you and have a great week and stay safe. And you know, this thing is not over. Wear your mask. I have nobody around me, so I lower my mask, but I usually have my mask on. Okay. So anyway, folks, love you guys. I love Chelsea, and I'll see you guys soon.